It's Kevin McCarthy from Fox 5 and Fox and Friends in New York. I'm here at the Old Town premiere of Travis: A Soldier Story, but I'm looking for my friend MJ. I have no idea where she's at, so if you know where she is, please call me. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the set of Where's MJ? I'm Elaine Espinola-Couts, your host, and you're watching I'm Every Woman. This is a show that features women doing impactful things, and our guests with us today are certainly doing that. The host, myself, and our producer have been out and about in the community doing a lot to support our veterans, and that's what we're talking about today. Specifically an organization called CAMO, and we'll hear about that. It is the Center, help me out, it's the Center for
American Military Music Opportunities.
Wonderful. Well, we want to hear all about that, and also the Invictus Games, which was just recently occurred in Orlando, Florida, and there were some pretty big names there, including, oh my gosh, Prince Harry. So we're going to hear all about that. And let me please introduce our guests. We have Crystal Wood. Crystal, thank you so much for joining us. And we also have Victoria Harville. Thank you so much for joining us. So you guys met at the Invictus Games, is that right?
We did. We actually were part of a choir there that sang for the opening ceremonies.
Oh my goodness. Well, we need to talk all about that. But first, tell me about the organization. Well, actually, let's take it back.
Yes.
How did you originally get involved with the military and your love for
Sure.
the
So my
military?
story is a little complicated, so I'll make it a little short.
Okay.
So basically, I was in ROTC in high school, fell in love with the lifestyle. So then I attended the United States Merchant Marine Academy in New York for college. While I was there, I was diagnosed with leukemia, so that drastically changed my direction. I was no longer allowed to serve, obviously. However, I served by marrying my husband, who's in the Army, so he's a staff sergeant in the United States Army.
Sure.
And now I do outreach for CAMO as well.
Okay, so you're the assistant director for Camo Kids.
I am.
Correct?
So yes,
Okay.
so we have a kids program that's a choir
Okay.
made up of all children who are either, their parents are either active duty, veteran, or retired.
Okay.
And we meet every Sunday and sing, and I also perform with Camo through other groups as well.
Okay, so where was the last place you performed?
So we actually just performed for Memorial Day weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600,
Wow.
a group of 4 of us.
Wow, so 4 of you.
Uh-huh.
Any children or just adults?
No children, just adults
Okay.
this time. It was with our American Military Spouses Choir.
Okay.
And you may have seen them on America's Got Talent.
Yes, I want to talk about that
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I know through Camo you were on America's
Yes.
Got Talent, like you said, the Queen Latifah show. It was Oprah's Own Your Life tour.
Yep, the life you want.
The Life You Want.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So you've really been out and about, and I didn't realize that Camo was such a amazing organization like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
How long have you been with Camo then?
So I've been with Camo for about 3 years.
Okay.
The organization itself is about 7 years old.
Okay.
But we have a lot of different groups that perform all over the United States.
Okay.
We have a huge group here in the DC region. Then we also have groups all over, like in Los Angeles,
Oh, wow.
all over.
Okay, so we're going to get to the Invictus Games because that's where you guys met, and you were basically invited through Camo or with Camo, is that right?
Yeah, so Camo put out a casting call for,
Okay.
it initially was retirees and veterans and active duties, and then they opened it up for military spouses and family members as well.
Okay.
But yeah, basically to come together and join about 250-person choir
Wow.
to sing for the opening ceremonies, and that's
Wow.
how we met.
Okay, wonderful. Now, if you haven't heard of the Invictus Games, it's a Paralympic multi-sport event, correct? Created by Prince Harry.
Yes.
So for injured, wounded, or sick army armed services personnel, and then veterans to come together and then compete in this sort of Olympic style event. Pretty amazing. I
phenomenal.
mean, can you tell me what your experience, just the vibe and the energy of just being somewhere like that?
It was nothing like I've ever experienced, and I was in the military, and I'd been a part of a lot of events where the military supports other military or other charity events in my life. But seeing these young people overcome the challenges it was amazing. The cheering for the winner was the same as the cheering for the last person that came in, and everyone in between. And it didn't matter what country. There were 14 countries represented. And everyone cheered for everyone.
Yeah.
There was just an amazing spirit of unity because it was never about the medals, as Prince Harry said many times.
Sure.
It was about the overcoming.
Yes. I can only imagine the overwhelming feeling that it felt to be in there, and the energy, like you said, the unity between the countries, and just the armed services from all around the world just coming together. Sounds like more to celebrate than really compete. You know,
Yes.
it's just about the unity of it all. Now, was this your first experience at the Invictus Games?
It was.
Okay, and tell us how you got involved, because
well,
that's a great story.
It is. My daughter, who was not in the military as I was,
Okay.
didn't choose that route, has been interested in Invictus ever since Prince Harry started it 2 years ago.
Okay.
And when she found out that these games would be in Orlando, she decided to come home from Australia just to attend these games, and asked me if I would attend with her. Well, of course.
Yeah.
With my military background, I
And
was
tell
all
us,
in.
You were in the Navy for 5 years.
I was.
Okay, and then
Yes.
after that, 20 years in the FAA.
Yes,
Correct.
federal
Okay.
service after that,
Okay.
and so I'm retired. So I had the opportunity to do it. It was a great opportunity. So we met there. And the choir was an additional thing I knew nothing about when we first decided we would do this. And she found out and insisted that I audition, and that I was there.
She wanted you there.
She wanted me there,
Yeah.
and she was very proud of the fact that I was doing this.
Yeah. And tell us about the audition process, because that's really interesting, you were saying.
Yes, they had you download an app, Whirly, and then everyone sang the same song on their same iPhones, the same app, so there was no advantage one way or another.
Yeah.
And so it was really a simple process.
Yeah, okay, okay. Interesting though. I mean, gosh, technology today, it's like download the app, sing on the app, we'll let you know, right? And you had a tag, right? Was it tag Camo or
Right.
Invictus? Okay.
Camo.
Okay, now did you have to go through the same sort of audition process?
We did.
Oh, so everyone does.
Everybody had to do the same audition process.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
Now, how would someone get involved in this if they wanted to? Can they get involved?
Absolutely.
Are they open to other people, I suppose, auditioning?
We do, absolutely. So camomusic.org
Okay.
is our website that they can go to,
Okay.
and we have a couple different links on there. You don't have to be a musician in order to be involved with Camo. We offer a lot of different opportunities. We also do music therapy programs in hospitals. We do performance opportunities if you are a musician. So there are multiple different ways that you can get involved, but definitely check out the website.
And you don't necessarily need to be in the military either, correct?
You don't, yeah,
okay.
absolutely. As long as you have a passion for the community and really
Sure.
supporting the community in any way
Yeah.
possible, that's what we look for.
Oh my goodness, that's really wonderful. I'm assuming you guys have a list of events where if someone just wanted to come and hear you guys,
Yep,
would it be on your
absolutely.
website as well?
Yep, the website as well. We also have a Facebook page which can be accessed from the website. So we're always doing something.
That is really, really wonderful. You know, being in the DC area, of course, there's so many numerous different events that support our veterans, as there should be all over the country. But it's really wonderful that if someone wants to get involved, it's not hard at all. Just go on the website, go on the Facebook page, find out where you guys are going to be, and get involved. That's really amazing. Okay, let's get back to the Invictus Games, because there were some big names there too. I mean, everyone's a hero there. Everyone is a hero, I should
Right.
say. But there was also Michelle Obama,
Yes.
George W. Bush,
Yes.
Morgan Freeman.
James Blunt,
Yes.
Horse Prince Harry. Oh
And
my
he was the
goodness.
prince.
And yes, oh.
We kind of stalked him a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, he's just so cute.
So tell me about your first sighting. Like, where were you, and then where was he?
The first sighting was that I physically saw him. My daughter and I were working our way through the crowd to our first event, which was track and field. And she says, "Mom, move right." I don't know why, but she says that I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So I move right, and here comes his entourage, like a freight train, right? And they were going to mow us over, I guess.
Sure.
So he usually walked with 3 or 4 men around him. But I will say, stopped a lot to take pictures. There was the holding the babies, the kissing the hands of the little old women. I mean, in all ways, he was a prince. He was there really representing not really just the royal family by any means, but everyone that supported the families. He was the ambassador, and he did a beautiful job. He was at every event presenting medals. We have many Harry sighting pictures. But he was definitely the strong spirit behind the whole thing.
Sure. And he created this. Was it, you said 7 years now?
No, so the Invictus
I'm
was
sorry.
actually started in 2014.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, wonderful. Wow, okay. I think we've got some pictures that we're going to show in a little bit, because we have a Prince Harry sighting also in the studio on our pictures. We're going to be sharing that as well. Now tell us about your story meeting Prince Harry.
Sure. Well, I actually did not get to meet him in
Okay.
person. However, we did have some sightings. So,
Okay.
But it seemed as if he was very gracious to
Sure.
everybody that he came in contact with.
Yeah.
We were in the holding room quite a bit, but even from looking from afar, like she had said, he always stopped and like was talking with different people. And
Yeah.
whatnot, so.
Well, I would say that I'm not surprised. I mean, I think he's living out his mother's legacy.
Absolutely.
You know, and doing it well, as you said. So I'm not surprised at how extremely genuine he was, as you saw him to be. How incredible and how amazing for everyone there, including all of the athletes that were partaking.
Yes.
Now, were you able to see Michelle Obama or George W. Bush? Did you see them, or they were from afar, or what was that like?
Pretty much from afar.
Okay,
So
okay, from
their
afar.
Secret Service keeps them
Sure.
under wraps.
But still, what a thrilling environment,
Absolutely.
really, to be
It
a part
was.
of that.
And really, it was more of an honor to meet the athletes.
Of course.
I mean, of course, meeting celebrities is always exciting, but to meet these athletes from across the globe and really hear their stories. And I got to participate with a choir from the UK that were all veterans or active duty and injured. And it was just a phenomenal experience to really get to hear their stories.
What an honor. And so there was a lot of, I'm sure, bonding with other
Absolutely.
people that you maybe had not met before, the athletes, like you said, but other So would you say it was volunteering? So you're volunteering basically to sing, is that right?
Absolutely.
So a lot of bonding with the volunteers.
Yeah.
Are you all keeping in touch?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the military community,
Sure.
that's kind of what we do.
Standard.
So
That's
absolutely, when you meet somebody that's been in the community or part of the community in some way, it's like meeting a family member from long lost cousin or whatnot.
That's right. You have a commonality, a brotherhood or a
Absolutely.
sisterhood.
Sure.
It's immediate.
Sure, sure. Now, I'm sure there were many, many touching moments. Can you tell us about your most touching moment while you were there? Can you think of one? Well, as I said, I'm sure the energy and the electricity for the entire week was just on.
Yeah.
But was there something in particular that really touched your heart more
There
than...
was.
Yeah.
I would say it was the closing ceremonies.
Okay.
It was more of a celebration.
Okay.
The opening ceremonies was a little more subdued and more formal and more serious. The closing ceremony was a party,
Okay.
and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
But the last speech that Prince Harry gave, when he said, "We'll see you in Toronto," I would like to hear that several times, actually. And I was there and I heard it live. It was so inspiring.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned there was a specific poem, the Invictus poem.
Yes.
And you've memorized it.
I have.
Can you share it with us?
I sure will, and I'll tell you a little bit about this. The man that wrote it was injured.
Okay.
He was British back in the 1800s. Robert Ernest Henley. And it's a very short poem, but it was the impetus behind this whole thing.
Okay.
And the idea is overcoming whatever is thrown at you, that you can decide that. And you can take that into any area of your life. If you've never been in the military but you're facing an illness, it's the same thing. It's your decision that you're going to overcome. So it's out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm getting a little bit.
Yeah.
I may not be able to finish it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little hard,
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful poem.
Yeah.
And I encourage everyone to go with it.
Yeah, well, I think it's really a testament to just how important and how touching the entire event is for the morale of, the armed services, not only in the United States of America, but all over the world. What an incredible event. Now, would you recommend, I'm assuming you would recommend this to everyone you know
Yes.
to go.
Absolutely. And not only if they can't participate in the capacity that we did, to just go attend it. It's such a beautiful event, and to see the spirit of these warriors as they, triumph, and overcome. It's just amazing.
Now, where do you go from here all year till next year? Now, will you go next year? That's the next
We're
question.
hoping.
In Toronto.
We're
It'll be in
hoping.
Toronto, right?
Yes.
Okay. Same time of the year, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, we're hoping that we can get to go again for sure.
I think Camo is going to be involved, is what I heard.
Everything is in the making.
Okay, wonderful.
Absolutely.
But you would obviously want to go and want to be
Mm-hmm.
there. Okay, and then tell me about your year after, after having gone, and what do you do?
So our mission with Camo always continues. So we do monthly meetings, music therapy meetings in Fort Belvoir Hospital for wounded warriors and recovering. And we also do lots of performance events all over the United States. So
really
we're
wonderful.
constantly doing things in Camo Kids every Sunday.
Now, are you doing outreach, or people are reaching out to the organization, or both?
Absolutely, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So we definitely do outreach and through Camo Kids and through the different music therapy programs. However, we always have groups that are reaching out to us as well. So we try to try and reach as many people as possible within the community.
Yeah. Wow. Now, does your husband sing?
He does not.
Okay.
He's a self-proclaimed terrible singer.
Oh my goodness, I'm sure he's not. But
However, he does come with me to different events, and he actually just got to attend Charlotte Motor Speedway with me.
wonderful. What
So-
about your daughter? Is she part of Camo Kids?
She is. So she's a part of Camo Kids
Yeah.
and been doing it for about 2 years since the beginning of it. So
That is really wonderful.
Absolutely.
That is really. Now, what about you? I know you're retired. And what do you do? What will you do? Moving forward, or where do you go from here at the Invictus Games?
I can see myself being in Toronto for sure. And I don't know if I would be involved in every game, but I definitely want to. So it just depends on where it is and how
Sure.
it works out.
Sure.
I know my daughter wants to be. She would probably like to sing next time now that she knows it's available or could be available for dependent children. So I think I can see us probably doing this together maybe for many years.
Yeah, wow, that is so wonderful. Now, I think I asked you your most touching moment, and I'm sorry.
No,
Tell me.
it's okay.
Tell me what it was your most touching moment while you were there.
probably getting to participate with the Gareth Malone Choir. It was, like I had mentioned before, it was a choir made up of active duty and veterans, wounded, sick, or injured, from the UK. And they
Okay.
came together and with Gareth Malone, who is a very well-known choir master in that area.
I see.
And they put together a song that was unique for them. And they chronicled their story on BBC and really followed their journey throughout inception or from creation of the song up into the actual performance at the games. And then we, 20 U.S. members, got to be included into that choir. So that was really touching, and it was a surprise for them. So we
Yeah.
got to during one of the rehearsals, we got to come in and say, would you accept us as, a part as well? And they accepted us like we were brothers and sisters.
That's wonderful.
So it was phenomenal getting to meet them and hear their stories.
Yeah.
And even though they're from the UK, we shared a commonality and shared the bond of, service.
Sure, of course. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
Now, I know it was touching, but it was also a lot of fun. And I think we've got some photos. We're going to see if we can pull them up, because I want you to explain these photos to me. It looks like you guys were just really having a blast, lots of laughing. Let's see if they'll pull up in a second here. Okay, so tell me about this photo. Where were you guys?
Okay, we were in what was called the Cube,
Okay.
which was a large apparatus where the choir was literally behind these screens on many levels.
Okay.
And then it was lighted, and there were digital pictures that were displayed on it during the ceremonies, the opening and closing ceremonies. And so they had us positioned in these cubes, and then it would be backlit, and then you could see the people standing.
Okay.
So this is one of the practices, and there was a lot of hurry up and wait, which always, when you're trying to hurdle that many people, that's what you
Sure,
do. And it was a
sure.
huge production.
Okay.
So we did some fun stuff in the Cube to keep ourselves busy.
Wonderful.
This is one of them, photo
Okay.
moments.
Wonderful. Okay, let's see. I know we have a bunch here. Now tell me about this. Now, I am. What it was that that's the tagline, that's the logo, that's
Yeah, absolutely. So this is kind of the, like you said, kind of the tagline for the whole
Sure.
Invictus Games is
Okay.
I am, and then you can put whatever, I'm strong, I am, really embodying just being
empowered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And so tell us about this. So this looks like it was on the lawn somewhere, and people were probably taking pictures all over that.
This was the photo shot place,
Okay,
you know,
yes.
and everyone wanted their picture on it, although we weren't supposed to actually climb on it. That is me on it.
Oops.
And so I did have to hop down. But I am being the creative words. Literally, it's God's name. I am is God's name. So I am is powerful in so many more ways than just being letters out of Invictus Games.
Sure.
And obviously, someone knew that because it's always highlighted, and like she said, it's the empowering part.
Yes.
So there was I am is on everything. Our pins. I didn't bring mine, but
I see that, and I see it right here. If you can see that, I am. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's see. I think we have some more really fun pictures here. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right.
Those are my two comrades in crime.
Okay. Well, it's our producer here at Where's MJ. There's MJ. I mean, that's what we always say. Where's MJ? Well, here she is. Oh my goodness, in Orlando, Florida, at the Invictus Games 2016, with none other than Prince Harry. And tell us about who else is in the photo.
Well, that is our other partner in crime. We were kind of a threesome. Her name is Sequoia. Beautiful young lady with an amazing voice. She was actually on the program American Idol.
American Idol.
Yes.
Wow.
And so she kind of came in at the last second too. So the three of us were lost together.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I unfortunately did not get in on this picture, which I'm still kicking myself for. But
were you standing there though?
I was just around the corner.
Oh no! Oh no! Let technology. We were talking about that earlier.
Right.
How can we like superimpose?
That's right. Can you put me in there somewhere?
That photo? Oh my goodness. Well, she has a beautiful smile also.
Oh yeah, lovely ladies.
I hope to meet her. I think it's really, really wonderful that. Is she from this area?
No,
or where is she
she's from around the Orlando.
Oh,
area.
the Orlando area. I think it's so great that there is a somewhat large community of people here, but then of course all over the country, and now you're able to keep up with everybody. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if there's any more pictures. I just love seeing these photos because you can share with us everything that you experienced there. Now,
this is actually the founder of Camo. There's two founders of Camo, but this is one of them. Her name is Kathy Laharas, and she's the brains behind the entire operation. So she cast and just helps with every aspect of Camo. And then behind her is MJ, I believe. And then behind her is Crystal Reams, who is actually active duty, and she's one of the singers for the Army Band Downrange.
Wonderful.
And she did the solo for the Invictus Anthem.
Oh, wow.
She was one of 3 soloists.
Oh, wow. What an honor.
Absolutely.
And how exciting.
And she also runs Camo Kids with me. So
wonderful.
she's our director.
Okay, wonderful. Now, is Camo a nonprofit organization?
Camo is.
Okay, okay,
Nonprofit.
wonderful. And so, we'll get back to that later,
Yes.
but I'm sure there's really great opportunities for people to get involved and donate and help the program continue to grow.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. That might be, okay, who is this? Tell us about this.
And then this is MJ with Melinda Jefferson. She's a Camo participant as well. She also attended the United States Coast Guard Academy. And for the Invictus Games, she not only sang in the Cube, but she also was a drummer with the song that the gentleman did with Laura Wright.
Yeah, wow. Well, thank you. I love seeing these photos. I was watching them come through all over Facebook, and it's just so thrilling to be able to kind of have a little understanding of what was going on behind the scenes, and then hearing from you how it was to be there. Oh my goodness. Now, okay, so let's see. If you had to participate in one of the events, what would it be?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm not very athletic. I stick on more the music side, but I don't know. Probably anything in the water would be fun.
Anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or running. Something like that.
Yeah. What about you, Victoria?
You know, the most exciting event to me,
Okay.
and I got to see all of them pretty much,
Yeah.
was the wheelchair basketball.
Oh, they're
The rugby was pretty awesome, but the basketball was amazing.
Wow.
And I would just love to have that kind of talent.
Yeah, really. I mean, basketball is hard enough. Would you say that, I mean, it was aggressive, it was like
Very.
fast-paced, hardcore, fun?
It was. But
All
you
of
know,
it.
the best thing about it is it came down to the UK and the US,
Okay.
the 2 top medal winners, which is immaterial, but it's just what it was. And so the rivalry was really strong.
Okay.
But even in the basketball, sometimes they would tip each other over. It's easy to do.
Oh, right.
And they would always stop and help one another, and then there was the hug, and then they were right back into competing.
Right back. Yeah. Sometimes with sports, I mean, it's hard to turn it off, but it was nice to see that they could for a minute to help someone out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I wish I could have seen some of that. I mean, just again, so much energy. I can just only imagine how overwhelming it was for everyone to be part of that and see all of that and see the camaraderie and know that, you know, the reason why they're injured as well.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's the underlying reason why they're there, is to support people that have served their countries. Wow.
That never leaves you.
Yeah.
It never leaves you. And you know, you go to a professional ball game of whatever kind, and you're really behind your team, and you feel that camaraderie and that spirit. But then when you leave, it goes. But
Yeah.
this doesn't leave you.
No.
This is
Yeah.
much deeper.
Yes, much deeper. I can only imagine. How
Mm-hmm.
lucky that you were there. How wonderful. How wonderful that you were able to join us today on the set of Where's MJ to talk about the Invictus Games and to share your websites, because I think that's really important. It's great. Viewers are listening, and I'm sure they're just as sort of interested and enthralled. And I really hope that more people get involved in camo in our community and all over, and consider going to the Invictus Games. So once again, what was the website for the Invictus Games so that someone can look it up?
Invictus Games 2017.
Okay, so it'll have information about Toronto and
Yes.
next year and how they can get involved. And then the website for camo?
Camomusic.org.
Okay, wonderful. Well, again, we are so thrilled to be able to have some of the members from the Northern Virginia area here with Invictus, but there is someone else somewhere on the set here that was there. We need to bring her on, and this is our producer, MJ, and she really was the heart behind having this show, because obviously it was so heartfelt for her, for you guys, and we really wanted to share that with our viewers. So thank you again for sharing everything. It was wonderful meeting you, and thank you so much for joining us on this episode of I'm Every Woman on the set of Where's MJ. To find out more about the Invictus Games, you can check out the websites. Thank you.
Morning, but I don't have a couch. I just got this old rug and it feels like a cloud.